Welcome to Star Songs. Start with a prayer. Great Spirit, we ask for your support, your guidance, your love, your connection, all the aspects of your beingness that allow us to have this beautiful human experience. We call in all of the ascended masters, the ascended flames that have walked the way before us and after us in all times, dimensions, spaces and realities, across all of your human messengers of God, messengers of Spirit, messengers of Source, messengers of Sophia, expressions that are clear channels committed to the sovereignty of all beings across all planes in a multidimensional expression of Prime Source, these ascended flames who have wisdom, love and power in their own unique pathways in which they walked on this planetary celestial Earth Gaia Star and other planetary star systems or celestial bodies, that they have mastered aspects of this experience that we share. We call these beings in for the purpose of co-creation. Our divine purpose is to be in alignment with the law of one, in co-creation together, and we ask these divine messengers, these divine teachers, to come forward and please guide us in these interesting and polarized times on Earth at this time, in the here and now. Calling in the divine feminine ascended flames and calling in the divine masculine ascended flames with a very special request for the support of El Moria. We are here to honor our sovereignty, to hold the divine flame of our heart in balance, so we can also find our path as ascended flames and unify all karmic narratives across all times, dimensions, spaces and realities, helping us come into our deepest resonance of being with Prime Source and the living presence of life as Great Spirit across the universe and all universes. We are receptive to the support that these beautiful beings have to offer, and we call them into our circle in the here and now of light to help guide all of us and help guide me in communicating and sharing any guidance or support around co-creation here today. Thank you so much, Great Spirit. Thank you to all the aspects and messengers, teachers and guides and healers of Spirit. Thank you for your support and your love. Please show us the way. By the power of three, a perfect Trinity, it is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you. It is our great pleasure to share with you our deepest insights, the love that we have for humanity, for we are part and one in the co-creation with humanity. And no thing can take that away from our journey and our purpose to co-create with you, with all beings, for the purpose of being in alignment with the will of God, to be in the love, the shared connection, in service to the law of one, as many beings with one purpose, and many beings with many expressions of the many layers of that purpose. We come through in all actions of service, in all expressions of love, in all teachings of the divine human ascension process, for we have walked the way. We understand the pitfalls that come through, the ways in which the human perception can interfere with the process of transmutation. We recognize that this pathway is not easy, and we collectively know the path is an arduous challenge day to day at some points, through the intentional evolution and spiritual spiraling that this experience on Earth offers. With what's been laid down as a foundation through remembering, Re is the light of Ra that permeate and exist in all things and all no things, in all form and all no form, in all self and all no self. The vibrational alignment, recognizing our individual expression of the divine and how to call in the alignment of this here and now with divine source, to honor the experience that we and you have all chosen to be a part of this process of alchemy. As above, so below, experiencing spirit in the physical body nature technology, the natural expression and manifestation of the higher divine order. Here we move into co-creation and recognizing the power that we have when we remember the light membership of the team we already are, when we vibrationally align ourselves in connection with divine source and maintaining as best we can that connection and that resonance daily as you perceive it in terms of time. And when we do this, we are in a powerful position to then attract and be in alignment with others, other expressions of the divine oneness that we already are, to work together, to play together, to share together, dream together, and evolve together as one team by remembering who we are, the body of Christ, the many flames that make the big flame, our what we perceive as Christ consciousness, our shared responsibility to each other and to the divine plan, and prime source, the resonance of prime source, and attuning our instrument, which is our body nature technology, to the best of our ability through vibrational alignment. This allows us to recognize and connect with co-creation. We have to address that in earth plane, And in the third dimensional reality, we have what we perceive as polarity or duality, opposing forces that are manifested from divine source as a way to create a process in which a character travels along the journey, along the path, along the dreaming of the here and now, where they have a pressure or several pressures laid upon them in ways that allow them to develop a connection with the expression of their being in the here and now through challenges or what we perceive as tests or initiations. Our purpose with co-creation is to recognize our connection to each other, to look for the unity between us and ourselves as individuals and what we perceive as individuals and each other, and find common ground to share the dreaming of Earth's reality in the here and now. This is a divine task, and it requires a lot of courage. For when we commit to be in resonance with Spirit, we are surrendering our personal perceptions to the divine. And some of these perceptions haven't always served us on a personal level. They have been somewhat delusions or illusions or glamours. And this requires rigorously developing a connection with self that is beyond the perception of self, which sounds like a confusing concept, possibly. But when we surrender to the divine, in co-creation with the divine, we are choosing to let go of the illusions that were never us, but were somehow a part of our experience, and it requires a lot of courage to truly honor that process, to truly experience that process. When we look at co-creation, we must look at codependency. This is the equal and opposite, what you would see as an obstacle that interferes with the process of us understanding and truly embodying co-creation as a body of light or a body of Christ, or Christed light that we share and we remember ourselves into on this earth plane. Codependency is forgetting our connection to the divine, and it causes or has natural reactions or responses such as addiction, adding things on rather than letting things go. Co-creation requires that we release all codependency from our perceptions, places where we are attached, where we are suffering, maybe without realizing, where we are attached to ideas, beings or people, personas that aren't necessarily serving our greater purpose in this here and now. They may serve us in terms of polarity or duality, where a character is walking through a pathway of self-evolution, and the pressures that are laid upon this character help develop a deeper sense of commitment to the surrender to the divine, to trusting in the bigger picture. As we laid down the foundation of remembering and vibrational alignment, this naturally leads to co-creation, or recognizing where our obstacles are in codependency. There are many things we can be codependent with. TV shows in the human world, certain relationships or friendships, substances, even concepts we can be codependent with that aren't necessarily serving our greater picture of the here and now. If we truly understand co-creation, and we understand what that is, which is surrendering to the greater picture and recognizing our unique individualized expression of being in the here and now, and removing the illusions, delusions, glamours, and Maya from our realities, which is a lot harder in reality than it is said right now. But this is the reality of why we chose. This is the reality of what we chose in this human experience. There is a game called Snakes and Ladders. And it is very much like that. You move through a game and you move through stages, and sometimes you fall back down and sometimes you climb the ladder back up. That is vibrational alignment. That is the process of being an instrument of God. We are an instrument of God. Humans are an instrument of God. We are here to be in resonance with God, or Prime Source, Lord, Creator, all these different names that express the living presence of life in the here and now. Our resonance is to universe, the one song we all sing. This is also seen as the law of one. When we all express ourselves so uniquely and presently as our individual flame, when we remove the delusions, when we remove the illusions, when we remove the glamours, when we remove the Maya from our personal perceptions and our experiences, we are freeing ourselves to step into a larger picture of what we are here to surrender to and be in service of. We as ascended flames are here to love and support you. We are here to co-create with you. Though, like everything on this plane, we require your asking. Your vibrational alignment to our support is required. We do not and cannot intervene on any affair if we do not have your permission and vibrational resonance with that. Through delusion, glamour, Maya, and illusions, often these are the obstacles of untruth. They are the untruths that are blocking you from the larger surrendering to the divine presence of the living presence of life we call Prime Source, God, Creator, Universe. You are here to be a choir. You have your unique voice. You have your unique expression of being. You are an instrument of God. as an instrument of God, it is your responsibility to be attuned to the highest resonance of God if you want to experience the genuine connection and support that is always there. As explained in Remembering, the love for you and all beings is always sung from universe, God, Creator, Prime Source, Lord. That song never stops. It exists whether you are in alignment or in realization of this. It's always present. Whether you are in the physical plane or in the etheric plane, whether you are anywhere in your multidimensional experience or everywhere in your multidimensional experience. The love is sung on your behalf and for you and with you regardless. This is fact. You are loved, you are love, you are loving, and you are held always. Though what we create, we have responsibility for. And this is where karma, our perception of karma, the actions that are taken that create waves of narratives that cycle until resolved. Karma isn't necessarily what we perceive as negative thing. The Western culture has misinterpreted the concept of karma often, seeing it more as a revenge or a payback. We want to clear this up. Karma is just a natural expression of cycles in nature that occur based on the creations that you as creators in the likeness of the Creator are responsible for. When you initiate something into this experience as a creator, you are then responsible for that creation. This cyclic nature of what we perceive as karma is actually holding you accountable as a creator. It is a beautiful and very powerful gift. But when misunderstood or not known, it can be very confusing, and it can be a difficult concept to comprehend without foreknowledge or forewisdom. We want to clear this up because we want people to understand that your divine responsibility as a creator is a beautiful and very powerful gift, and it should not be taken for granted. This realigns everything that we do daily in terms of human perception of time, that we do momentarily. This highlights the responsibility required for such a gift as a creator. We as Ascended Flames are here to support you, to support every being, to be in service of humanity. We do this because we understand very deeply the path, the arduous path that it is required to walk the way. And we have walked the way, whether it be one lifetime or thousands of lifetimes. Each of us are here because of the grit, the constant choices to align with spirit, to commit to the surrendering of Prime Source. Our greatest challenges are our greatest gifts, and this is one of our greatest offerings to the rest of humanity, because we are here to co-create, and we require you and your vibrational resonance to allow us to be present in your reality, to allow us to be working with you. We are close to the frequency in which you exist within. We may be veiled behind the illusion of your day-to-day life, but if you call us in, we will be there. We are already waiting, and we are always waiting, because we love you, we honor you, and we understand the path. And we are here to help you move through the challenges, the obstacles of untruth, to find the way back home to spirit and to surrender to the divine, to be in service to all and one as the many different expressions and flames of the oneness of universe, the law of one. We love you. Please feel our presence. There may be specific beings within our collective awareness that are coming through for you today or any day. Welcome us in, and we will support you through this process. Thank you very much for listening to today. Vibrational alignment is a gift, and it takes us on a path of co-creation. Look around. There are unascended flames around you in the physical experience as humans, and there are ascended flames around you outside of your visual perception. We are all around you. We have never left you. All you have to do is request the support, align yourself to spirit through vibrational awareness, keep calling in the remembrance of self in the here and now, the light team that you already are and that you are in alignment with. If you find your balance and you're able to recognize what it is that vibrationally you want to feel, remember, your greatest challenges can be your greatest gifts. We know this to be true. Persist. We love you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed Star Songs.